And from now on, I'm doing things my way, Tezzie's way or HighWay.
What's up, everybody? It's y'all's favorite little sister, Tezzie baby. And I am here with Severe DeVos, and welcome to Tezzie's Way or HighWay. How are you?
What up? What up? Severe the Boss, reporting live and direct. Thank you, Tezzie, for having me. You look gorgeous.
Why, thank you, Thank you so much. So, I do this thing with all my guests. I ask them how their mental health, how are they doing mentally, because at the end of the day, life can life, and I always like to do a mental health check. So, how are you doing?
Life does life, but life's been pretty good lately. I can't even front, so I can't really have any complaints for real.
You know what? And that's a blessing. That is so a blessing. So let's get
How was your
into
mental health?
my mental health. It's so much better. I feel like I'm getting over a hump of learning a lesson of family can do you worse than a stranger, and understanding how to maneuver around different family dynamics where where I'm not becoming overly stressed or overly like I can't find a word. Probably burnt out. That's the word.
Yeah, just like it's like the Serenity Prayer. You gotta accept the things you can't control.
Oh, I'm learning that very quickly now. So I'm doing better. I can really hands down say like overall I'm doing way much better.
That's a blessing. I'm happy to hear that.
Well, thank you. So you're from Cleveland, Ohio, and you reside in Michigan. Who got the best food
Yes.
between Cleveland or Michigan? And where is the best food
Well,
at?
Well, I live over by Grand Rapids, Michigan. So most people that's outside of the state, they don't even really know what Grand Rapids is, and that's the second biggest city in the whole state.
Okay.
So, but definitely Cleveland.
What's the main dish in Cleveland that you like the most?
I mean, not necessarily like a main dish. Like I really rock with like Whitmore's Chicken Spot out in Warrensville. Um, I go to like over on the east side, over by Mount Pleasant. They got a chicken spot over there that's fire.
Okay.
I'm really big into the barbecue. But then like if you ever want to do like some like little steak houses and everything like that, like they official.
Okay. Okay. So, since you reside in Michigan, what has drawn you to the best food in Michigan? Say if I want to go to Grand Rapids, because I've never been there. I only been to Detroit.
Most people have. Uh, let's see in Grand Rapids. It really depends on what kind of vibe you're looking for. Like they got like a lot of like really good Italian restaurants.
Mm.
Like there's this place called the Mangiano Mansion. So it used to be like this mansion owned by this Italian dude, and then they turned it into this nice little like fancy restaurant lounge.
Okay.
So like that's
Okay.
pretty that's pretty fire.
I love a good Italian dish. Okay. Okay. So let's get into where did you get your first start in music? Like when you grew up, who was the first artist that was like, I want to do music? That's where I'm
Um,
landing first.
so I got my first start in music back obviously when I was back home, and like I feel like my first like favorites, like when I first like really started getting influenced to get into music, it was really by like the Cleveland underground scene.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if you hip to the second generation Ohio players, but they were they were a prominent influence in my early upbringing.
Okay.
There was another rapper named Monty Rock that was he actually ended up being my producer for a minute. But yeah, there was just like the Cleveland underground scene was really like heavily influential. I used to be at all the underground shows underage, big ass M's on my hand. But then like, what I'm saying, like with like the mainstream, like it was always like, like the East Coast had it on lock. So Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas, You know what I'm saying? Like,
True.
and of course, like the hometown hero. So you still had Bone Thugs and Harmony that still had the game in the chokehold.
From Ohio, right? I want to
Yes,
quiz
ma'am.
you and ask you something. Did you know the Isaacs brothers is from Cincinnati?
I knew they was from Ohio. I thought they were actually from Cleveland, but
The Nasty Natty.
oh, okay.
They from Cincinnati.
I know the Leverts are from Cleveland, like Gerald Levert from Cleveland.
Hmm.
You
The
know, obviously like
OJs.
Avant. Yep.
We got Machine Gun Kelly. It's crazy. Cleveland got like a lot of people. We even got Kim Whitley. We got Steve Harvey. We got like a lot of people.
Yep. Ain't
Okay,
Halle Berry
okay.
from Cleveland too?
Oh yes. And everybody wanted some of her, a piece of her.
Mm-hmm.
Was she your favorite back
Still
then?
do.
Still
Oh,
do.
for sure. For sure.
So you talked about the Cleveland underground scene. So when you were younger in that scene, what was the, because it seemed like you used to critique. You used to critique. So if you had to deal like with Cleveland underground scene today, what would be some advice you would give the Cleveland underground to become mainstream or to help them guide them in some way?
I think the biggest advice I would give the Cleveland underground scene is to just be original. Stop trying to chase what you think the sound should be. The one thing that's kind of like gotten me a little, I don't want to say like mad at the city, but like Cleveland used to have like a sound. Like you'd be able to hear, you know what I'm saying? Like you could hear like a Chip the Ripper song or a young or EC Ray song or something like that, and
Mhm.
you knew like, oh yeah, that's Cleveland. And then you had everybody else in the state trying to copy off what we did because we was the lit city in the state. But
That's true.
I feel like now they like the sound is kind of just all kind of morphed into what they think the industry want to hear.
Instead of being original. So
Yeah,
that's where you come in. You better show these guys like it's time for originality.
that's where I always stood apart. I got this one song that I haven't released yet called My Own Way. I said I don't surf
Okay.
with you niggas. I'm on my own way.
I like it. So let's get into your project, Real Brothers. Let's start with how long did that entire project take to make?
In its entirety, probably 2 3 months. It really didn't take that long. Like from like the idea stage to me actually being done with recording and getting it mixed. Yeah, it was probably like no more than 3 months.
Okay. So when you were in the studio sessions, I ask my guests all the time, what it was your favorite thing you needed in the studio to record? Some people have favorite snacks, favorite drinks. What was it that was like, I need this here?
Usually it's a bottle of Crown Royal. nice, nice little bottle of Crown Royal.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
usually
okay.
straight with that. I love Crown Apple. That's probably my overall favorite, but I also love the peach.
Okay.
I really rock the peach, and but I can even drink the straight Crown Royal too.
Okay, you can miss me with that. Straight? Ooh, mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
So let's get
I
more
do this.
into Real Brothers. I noticed like in your project you talked about in one record, you talked about like going through the struggle, getting out the struggle. In one, I'm gonna say in 5 words, when it comes to your project Real Brothers, in 5 words, how can you describe it?
Um, I'll say authentic, um, catchy, um, lyrical,
Okay.
um, hot, and family.
Family. So on one of your records, you have your big brother on there, Big Half, Midwest. And he
Yes.
had a nice passage on there. How did that collab come about?
Well, that's basically how the whole project got kicked off. Was my brother came to me probably like right around Thanksgiving. Like maybe I feel like it would had to be like late October, early November, and was just like,
Okay.
hey, like, what you think about doing a project together? I was like, what you got in mind? He was like, yeah, like, just like a little EP, just some bangers. Like we have a group chat. So with me, him, and two of my other brothers. And so we just talk shit in there all day, like all day and night, pretty much. But he was just like, yeah, I'm thinking about just like, yeah, like 6, 7 songs, and like we just make it some hot shit. I was like, shit, sign me up. Say less. All I need is the beats.
He said
And
I was
so
number
he
one on board. I like
and
that.
so he basically like he put the records together. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew Your Honor, but I knew Your Honor prior, but I never worked with him before. So he had basically got us all set up with Your Honor. He knew all the producers. All I really just had to do was just come through with the bars and bring it.
That's dope. That's real dope. So when it comes to your project, what's one of what's one thing that you want your listeners, your fans, your newly fans to actually get from the project? Like your main anticipated goal when they listening.
The main thing I want them to take away from it is that it's coming from an authentic place. Um, I feel like I've always rapped exceptionally well,
Mm-hmm.
so that part I'm never really worried about. I think what I mainly try to get across now is just the feeling, and like if you shut your eyes and listen to it, it can take you to where my mind went when I made it.
Got you. Okay. So with your project, Real Brothers, when it comes to family, your brothers, because that's who you made it with. When it came to you guys' childhood, was you guys always close? Was it bickering sometimes? How is that family dynamic with younger versions of you guys?
But it's still bickering now.
Is that a sibling thing? Just
It's definitely a sibling thing. You are only child.
I wish.
You wish.
I
Well,
wish
you
I'm the
said,
last
well, I
out
know
the
you
girls,
the
and then
little
it's
sis,
like,
so I was just trying to make sure.
nah, I wish. I
But
got like too many siblings. My dad's side, I got siblings that's like 50 years old.
I feel that. I mean, my dad. I met my sister. I met my sister when I was 23 years old. So,
Yeah, I
so
got some. That's because my parents are 35 years apart.
uh, Papa was a
So,
Rolling
yeah.
Stone.
At this point, yes. And why I have to be the last of his kids? I'm the last.
You
But
the
out of my
last.
mom kids, it's two girls on top, and then it's two younger brothers behind, but one died. And yeah, I'm the last out the
That's
girls
fun.
of her, and then I'm just the last out of his kids, just in general.
For sure. My big brother would always little bro me a lot, and so I feel like
Oh,
the more like I grew up, the more he would still try to like little bro me, and I'm like, I'm not little anymore.
right, I'm a holy dog. Like,
Like, I'm not little anymore. It's like what's the movie? What was that? Goodfellas. He was like, I don't shine shoes anymore. But we were always close, though. We were
well, that's
always
good.
close.
But I think it always has to be some type of bickering when it comes to siblings. It's just, I don't think it's ever will be
Oh
like cookie cutter clean, where it's like we never beef, we never like had like a disagreement. Because I think them your siblings are your first friends.
yeah, for real.
They're your
And
first
then
friends.
and then they friends, and then it'll kind of like morph somehow, some way.
Yeah. One thing with my mom that used to be so annoying sometimes, I was the kid that had to go with my sister everywhere she couldn't go. So I was that kid.
Mm. Ah,
Yeah, I was that kid.
I
So
know how that go.
the parties and all that, I used to be there. I used to be so young. I wasn't supposed to be there,
I
but
feel
it was
like
what
our
it was.
generation, I feel like our generation was just kind of set up that way anyway. Like we got exposed
Right.
to a lot of stuff we weren't supposed to be exposed to for real.
When you think of it like that, you're right. I think you're 100% right. So, being a Clevelander, how did you feel when we won the championship in
Oh, I,
2016?
you couldn't tell me nothing. I literally had every T-shirt. I had. I wore that. I swear, I wore that Cavs championship hat until that brim fell apart. Nobody could tell me nothing. And the thing was, LeBron wasn't even my favorite player on the team. So like, everybody would be like, "Oh, LeBron." I'm like, LeBron ain't even my favorite player on the team. I like Kyrie.
No, everybody was like LeBron and the Cavaliers, but Kyrie the one that made the last shot.
Yeah, and so either way, like I was elated. I remember I was down. I was like downtown after they won Game 6, and I was like I remember like Machine Gun Kelly was there with his crew. Ray Jr. was there with his crew. Like we were lit. We were downtown on West Six going crazy. Not like how them
That
Knicks
is
is doing
funny.
though. Them Knicks is crazy out there in New York, but we was wilding out down on West Six for sure.
I think that was a time to be alive, 2016. That moment was like an epic moment. With the title Real Brothers, would it be a Real Brothers Part 2 type project coming up? Or would you like to do
Maybe
a part 2 to your project?
I definitely wouldn't mind it. Um,
Okay.
I like I said, the whole creative process of this has been it's been an experience all in itself. So um, the last time that me and my brother worked on something was way early in my career, and I wasn't even a good rapper yet. So
But he believed
yeah,
in you.
yeah. So like as he grew in his career, and he was like more in like the industry and just working with those kind of guys, and I was just working my way through the underground scene. You know what I'm saying? Like getting my stripes and everything.
Hmm.
It was it just never really culminated. But now, like now we here.
Well, you know what? That's so dope. So, what's some advice that your brother, Big Kev, gave you that stuck with you when it came to your career that you would like to share?
So I have a song called Dream Big. And
Okay.
I remember the song is actually an old song. The song came out actually in like 2009, but we revamped it because he wanted to use it for the soundtrack for The Cap. I don't know if you saw his movie The Cap, but
Yes.
yeah. So we revamped it for that. But there was a piece in the song where I was talking about it. I basically took the advice he was giving me, and it was from a text conversation we were having. And so I
Got
had
you.
said, Big Hef told me, ain't no lids or locked doors to my potential. Make the opportunity yours. When opportunity knocks, it should not be ignored, and don't ever let it pass you because you're unsure. That's the killer. And like,
That.
yeah. So like, I took that text thread and I literally just wrote it into the song.
I love it. That's like some good advice, though. That's
Yeah,
some amazing advice.
yeah. He was always a wise man. He was
Yes.
wise beyond his years for real.
That's why he's my mentor. Very wise.
It's a good
Very
mentor to
wise.
have for sure.
Very wise. I can definitely say I learned a lot, like being up under his wing. I can definitely say that. Okay. So, you know how Cleveland have like staples of like food is like corned beef or Polish boy? What is your
Yeah.
city? I know not Detroit. we already know Detroit. What is your city's staple food?
Well, like Detroit, Detroit's real big on the Coney Island spot.
Yeah.
Like that's and like the Coney Island is actually like a New York thing, but like Detroit kind of like took that and ran with it. So I feel like Grand Rapids, they're not as bad with it, but yeah, they still kind of try to follow that wave.
Got you. Got you. I
Like
had to
they
figure that one out.
also got like, but they do a lot of like they do like some New York shit too, like kind of like they do like the street hot dogs. So
Okay.
like they'll have like so like they'll like so you got like people on the street that'll sell hot dogs with the little chili in it and stuff.
Okay,
They
yeah.
just have it. They have the little cart.
Something like how downtown Cleveland be having.
Yeah,
Got
I
you.
haven't seen Cleveland do it in a while, but
Yeah, they still have it. It'd be like they always have a stand across from the Justice Center, and then it's another stand that always be by the Indian Stadium. A little bit by the Indian Stadium. Well, the Guardians,
um,
not the Indians.
they're always gonna be the Indians to me.
I know they keep changing these names of these places. Like I feel like the Rocket Arena is always the Q.
I,
Like I was around
yeah,
when
I know I'm a little older than you, so the Rocket Arena will always be the Gun Arena to me.
I feel like I
They
remember that, but
when
I
I
was
was
real
growing up, it was called
young.
the Gun.
You're right. And then Jacobs Field was the Indians, right?
Yep, yep,
That-
that's what it was, Jacobs Field, and then
Yep.
they changed it to like Progressive Field or something like that.
I feel like they about to change it again. And then the Brown Stadium is now, I think, the Huntington Stadium or something.
And but they about to move the Brown Stadium out to Berea or something like that.
I know that's gonna be so weird. I wonder what they're gonna put in that land. They
It's,
should make that
they
land
probably
a
turn into
venue.
like a soccer stadium or something.
Okay, yeah, because I think we get in soccer and women's basketball too. We get in here.
We had women's basketball. They shouldn't have gave it up in the first place.
Well, they coming back. I think they coming back 2027.
They're
Don't
gonna be
quote
the
me. You gotta
Rockers
look that up.
again.
I don't know. I don't know.
That's what
I
they was
can
called. They was called the Cleveland Rockers.
rockers. Okay, okay. So I call my peoples, I call them the siblings because I'm the favorite little sister. Give some advice when it comes to working with family on projects like an album or something like that. Give some advice on that totem pole.
I feel well, really, when you work with anybody, family or whatever, I think I feel like all egos got to get checked at the door. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody don't know everything. Like everybody's always a product of their experience. So especially like when you're working with somebody, everybody has something to bring to the table. So I feel like when you work with somebody, that's like you can't come into the situation like, look, like I run this or this is me, so you fall back, or you know what I'm saying? Because that's not working with
Yeah,
somebody. So you got
that's
to be
true.
open to the collaboration.
That's actually true. And that does goes for anybody, honestly. That advice goes for anybody.
So
So give
so
some advice to someone that want to come up under your wing futuristically. Some advice to them as in them not knowing the footing if they want to be in the underground scene or become mainstream in the future. Some advice to it could be a younger version of you or someone that's coming up in the game that's younger.
learn and master marketing. That is the prominent advice. I feel like I spent so much time focused on being the best rapper that I didn't know how to sell myself when the time came to try to build an audience.
Got you. And with that being said, we're gonna land it right there. I will ask you though, because I do this with everybody. Can you please give a special shout out to my siblings? Because I'm the favorite little sister. So you gotta give a special shout out.
All right. Shouts out to Tezzie's siblings, all of them. 'Cause she said she has a lot of y'all. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to my siblings, my family, my wife and kids, all y'all. Peace and love.
And where can they find like your music and your social media?
My music can be found on every major platform. Um, my social media is at SevereThaBoss, Severe the Boss. You can pretty much find me everywhere. Facebook is Severe the Boss Music, but you'll still be able to find me.
Got you.
But like YouTube, Instagram, uh, Twitter, or X. I always want to say Twitter, but X,
They
all
changed
that.
the name too.
Yeah, you see, that's what they do. So
Now
yeah,
Instagram
I'm
changed.
everywhere. Try to make it as simple as possible.
Got you. But I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. And y'all, this is a new one, a new big one. It's y'all favorite little sister, Tezzie Baby. And we are out. See you guys next time on Tezzie's Way or Highway. Bye.
It's the love.
And from now on, I'm doing things my way, Teezy's way or highway.